Hey everybody, it's me, Eric Johnson, and this is my brother, BJ. So what we're going to do first, we're going to do some goniometer range of motion, and we're also going to be doing some manual muscle testing next. So the first one we're going to start off with is shoulder flexion. So in the shoulder flexion, you want to bring your arm all the way up like this, kind of like you're giving a thumbs up all the way to the top. And BJ is going to demonstrate this sideways. So right here you can see his trunk. You're going to have one arm stationary, right here on the trunk, and the other one is going to be right here at the humerus, and the humeral head is the point where you're going to put the axis on. So that looks to be about right here to also keep a good view, and it looks like he's about 150 degrees roughly. Same idea with shoulder extension. You always want BJ to be standing up nice and tall. Stand up nice and tall. Shoulder extension, he's going to be going back like this. Nice and tall. Okay, so we have the trunk right here. Again, line it up with the trunk. And again, humeral head, which I feel right there. Nice and tall. And right here on the humerus. And we're at about 135 degrees. Same idea, relax BJ. Turn this way. We're going to be doing shoulder adduction, or abduction, which is where he puts a thumbs up and he's going to go all the way up to his head. Okay? So let's put that back down for a second, just so I can watch you. You're going to sweep it outwards, all the way up like that. Good. Okay, let's turn a little bit this way. Again, you want to find where his trunk is. Put it right on the humeral head, which I feel right about there. And you're going to be following this arm right on this humerus, right at the midline. So it appears that he is at about 147 degrees, and that was for shoulder abduction. Okay, BJ, turn around. We're going to do shoulder internal rotation, which is where you have your shoulder adducted, you have your elbow 90 degrees flexed, and then you're going to be turning it inwards for the internal rotation. So BJ, I'm going to help you out. Let's step back just a little bit for the camera. Okay, remember, tight in like this, and you're just going to be going in like that, okay? Keep your elbow right in that same place. Okay, so for this one, we basically have the stationary arm nice and parallel with his side, and we're going to be putting the axis right on his olecranon or his elbow, and we're going to have him turn inwards like this, and you want to have it tight as you can to your belly. Keep that elbow in right there, and that appears to be right midline with his ulna. Seems to be right on his olecranon, and that seems to be parallel. So it looks like we have about 64 degrees of motion for the internal rotation. Next one is elbow flexion. Stand up nice and tall. Okay, so we want to be all the way down like this, and he appears to be quite normal with this. We want supination. He's going to be coming all the way up and flexing. Let's turn to the side just so everybody can see. Come all the way back down. Relax. Keep your hand like this. And then I want you to come all the way up. So again, we want to place it right here on the radius and on the humerus. And this is right at the elbow joint. Let's go ahead and come all the way up and flex like you're making a muscle like this. Up higher, 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 higher. All the way up as high as you can. Good. Looks like we have about 126 degrees of flexion. Stand up nice and tall and relax. Okay, we have supination and wrist flexion. For supination, I'm going to use this little guy right here just because it's easier to get an accurate measurement. You have BJ turn just like this. I want your hand just like this. Okay, relax. So again, adduction, 90-degree flexion at the elbow, and he's just going to be turning over from neutral to supination like this. So neutral to supination, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to place the stationary arm right here, parallel with the floor. It seems to be about parallel. Okay, good. And then what I want you to do is turn your wrist over like this as far as you can, okay? So as far as you can go. His body doesn't seem to be compensating too much. Stand up straight. There you go. And then we go to measure it. Flat across his wrist. It appears to be about 75 degrees roughly. Last one is wrist flexion. So again, BJ, just relax a little bit. We're going to be at the same position. but he's going to be flexing his wrist inwards like so. We're going to be lining this up with the radius. And we're going to be flexing inwards like this as far as you can, okay? So radius, we're going to put the access right on the SNUS box. And we're going to be turning in, lining up with that first knuckle. So go ahead, flex in as much as you can. Just so I'm not doing it for you. Put that SNUS box right there. And it appears we have 65, 66 degrees of flexion there. Okay, the next thing that we have is manual muscle testing for shoulder flexion extension, elbow flexion extension, forearm supination, pronation, and wrist flexion extension. Okay, relax, BJ. You're doing a great job. So for shoulder extension, you want to come about halfway between the normal range of motion, which is about 90 degrees for BJ. We'll place one hand right on the posterior part of the shoulder, right by the deltoid. I'm going to put my other hand between the two joints that we're measuring, which is the shoulder and the elbow, right across the bicep area. And I'm going to say, don't let me push you down. So I try that. BJ's nice and strong. And I'm going to try extension. Don't let me push you up. Good. All right, go ahead and relax. Relax. Okay, the next one is elbow flexion extension. So what we want is BJ to be in supination, just like he's going to do a nice bicep curl. And I want about a 90-degree measurement right here. And I'm going to say, don't let me push you down. So I do that. And he's nice and strong, and I say, don't let me push you up. Good, nice and strong again. Sometimes if they're a little weaker, it might be better to position them more of an extension. So you're down here. Just for this situation, he was strong, so I wouldn't worry about it. Now forearm supination and pronation. If I have him, I either want to have him in supination when I'm testing pronation, or pronation testing supination. And I'm going to use my two hands to block the radius and ulna. So I'm going to say, go ahead and turn your wrist. Do you remember how to do this one? Go ahead and turn. Okay, it's nice and strong. Now we're going to position it like this. I want you to turn your wrist upwards. Okay, good. Relax. That was really good. Okay, this last one is going to test wrist flexion and extension. You can put them right at the same position that we've been working at. I like to just brace them between the wrist and the forearm. If you can see, just about right here. And just kind of hold their hand like you're getting ready to shake their hand in kind of a weird way or something. But anyways, I'm going to say, BJ, don't let me push your wrist in, so make sure you tighten this up. Give me a nice grip. So don't let me push you in. Okay, good. Don't let me push you out. That way you're testing both wrist flexion and extension at the same time. And that pretty much wraps up our range of motion and our manual muscle testing. Thanks, BJ. Bye, guys.